right? They're change mothers. So a huge problem in the world today is that people are mentally unstable. And as we look at things very carefully and we look at different types of people, different points of references, we see that because they're cheating me out of my right to lead, they're not moral. And I've said this before, right? Scrambled in the word normal is the word moral. Now, it's not moral relative to the white man's construct, right? That's how people in mental health tend to kind of think. They train themselves to think. They try to get you to think. Okay, the white man's cultures and grouping of cultures are just other, just cultures that have cheated me out of my right to lead. They've cheated a lot of people. Now, every culture in the world is wrong but one, and that's universal, pinpointed moral precision, right? The culture, the spirit, living that. And it can't be achieved without obeying God through me. And after I'm gone, there won't be a worthy leader, so everybody will be mentally unstable. Think about the difference between someone at a gay parade and some WWF wrestler back in the day, or some wrestler, right? The Rock, when he's wrestling as part of the show, right? They're both acting up. Now, not everybody acts that way. But when you look at what causes them to act that way, how they fight, how they think, what path they're on, it's very clear that they're not on a stable path. They're not on a moral path. And I'm going to build on this in this video series I'm going to make. I guess I'll make a video series on it because I'm being fumed and poisoned. They're going way out of the way to change the way that I look. They've changed my face to some degree. My lips are a little bit different. My face is a little thinner. Okay, I've been eating less than usual. And it's caused some changes here. And you got to realize that there's a difference between people who have their brain hacked, who are sane, which is basically just me because everyone else is mentally unstable to some degree, naturally, because they haven't come to the cure, which is me. My Kuro Obi black belt, my cure, the Kuro, right? The black belt, the black King of Kings. The King of Kings, me. Not black in terms of darkness and evil, but it's pointing to what you might say is the black race. It's pointing to me. And after I'm gone, there will not be a valid King of Kings of any race. So the wordplay often it has these applications that seem to be strange. And you say, why is that? Why would they do it that way? Why would they use that explanation to point to me? And there's no simple answer to it. I mean, I think the West influenced the world a lot, but that idea of doing it that way, using language in that way, and using different languages and putting them together, predates the English language. It predates Rome. And the Bible refers to, the Tower of Babel, what have you. So, again, they're making it hard for me to explain myself. And when I put in the comments, there's a chance they might change the comments or change the description, but I usually do a very good job of explaining in the comments because I can kind of review what I'm writing instead of being fumed like I am right now by the bank in Morgan Hill, right? I have all the windows down, one of my doors open, my driver door open. I'm making this video, it's still fumed to a large degree. There's fumes on the outside, there's fumes on the inside, and this is everywhere I go. Dozens, if not over 100 different places in Morgan Hill that I park. Same thing happened in San Jose. Same thing happened when I went on the trip. Santa Cruz, Watsonville, Gilroy, Capitola, San Francisco, Oakland. There's one city right by Oakland, I forget what it's called. Okay, everywhere I went, they were fuming me. And it's been established, that's what's going on here as well. And that's not normal, right? The people who are following these people who make the kind of social norms for society are not normal, right? There's a difference between universally normal, right, based on moral absolutes, what is absolutely normal, and social norms of any different culture, right? Of any culture, right? You go to this culture, it's this way. You go to that culture, it's that way. These things aren't universal, and they're based on the mental instability of the governing class of that culture and of that nation, of that system.